This is Islam in a nutshell. One side was the Israelites.
Okay.
One side was the Arab nation, or is what they call Hashem. We do believe that the Israelites were chosen by God because Abraham was the father of the majority of the prophets. Peace and blessings be upon him. One of God's most beloved. He chose the Israelites to deliver the word. He sent them the Torah. He sent them the Psalms of David. And then he sent their greatest son, who they denied. He sent Jesus Christ. Peace and blessings be upon him.
This is in the Quran?
Messiah. Correct.
Okay.
Christ came with his gospel, which was his spoken word. The gospel was real, but we never had it preserved during his lifetime. It was compiled 40 to 300 years after his alleged crucifixion.
Yeah, about 300 years, yeah.
And regular common Christians didn't have access to the Bible until the printing press in the 1500s. So imagine being a follower of Christianity and you didn't even have access to your holy book until 1500 years later. And we don't need to go down that wormhole, but it's, you know, the way it was compiled. The Quran is a miracle, bro. Only an asshole can't see. But where am I going with this? Because of their chopping John the Baptist's head off, peace and blessings be upon John the Baptist. He's one of the most righteous servants of God. He's mentioned by name in the Holy Quran. John the Baptist was killed, decapitated, and then they tried to humiliate the Messiah. When they did this, they were cut off from revelation. And then God crossed over to the other side of Abraham to deliver the final testament. That's what the Quran is. It's the last testament. We believe in the Old Testament. We believe in the Psalms of David. We believe in the gospel of Christ, which was not preserved. We know that the Torah was corrupted. We know that they changed the passages. And that is why we believe that the Quran is like the filter. It came last to rectify everything that came before it. And God made the book in such a way that anyone could memorize it. Ramadan just ended, Danny. And for 30 days, I stood in a mosque and watched. And even that guy, what's the guy's name again?
Giorgiani.
Admitted that the book has never changed since its inception. He says it on that episode you did with him. So I thank you for being truthful about that. And a kid can memorize it, bro. I met 21-year-olds that had just finished completing their certification because you don't get to just call yourself a hafiz. A hafiz is someone, without looking at the Quran, can start from the first passage to the end because of the way it's recited. Let's pull up.
Well, that's the other thing that he was bringing up was that it's a theocracy in the caliphate, right? The children are brought up in schools and they're taught the Quran. They're taught to memorize the Quran.
They can wipe out the whole book.
It's baked into education and it's baked into politics and government.
But this is what you need to understand. That book can be memorized, which is why God left all the other books in our custody. I'm talking about humanity. And we altered passages and we changed things.
Yeah, it's deceptive.
Okay?
It's counterintuitive.
So we believe he compiled that book. It's not because I care to push Arab culture, okay, or any of that stuff. They're going to be judged twice as hard based on Islam because the book came in their language. So for us, to me as someone that's non-Arab, the miracles I've seen in that book, bro, the way it's recited, the way it sounds, whether I understand the words or not, it'll move anyone. It'll move anyone if they just listen to it. We know that final book came through the other side of Abraham. That's why when Muslims go to Mecca, Danny.
Is that the video you showed me last night?
Yeah, it's in my stories probably still. Could pull it up. So that is the largest gathering of human beings on earth.
Show that. Show the gathering at the site of Mecca.
Okay. Pull it up. Pull up the one of my stories. Go to my
crazy.
Okay. What you need to understand is we don't go there to pray. First of all, Muslims don't pray to Muhammad. We only pray to God alone. We don't have statues. We don't pray to saints. We don't pray to anyone. Now, there's a lot of Shias that pray to Ali, okay, which is not Orthodox Islam. You're not allowed to pray to anyone but God himself. At that point, you've joined the ranks of people that pray to saints and anyone else but God. Orthodox Islam, you're not allowed to pray to anyone on earth except to God, the creator of the earth, the heavens and the earth. The reason we go to Mecca once a year, brother, getting back to Abraham, is we believe this is where God commanded Abraham, peace and blessings be upon him, to take his wife and leave him there with her baby. And it was a desert. There was nothing there. It was a brutal desert. And as he left, Abraham rose his hands and said, oh God, make it a place of sanctuary and security for them. Because it was a test. Imagine taking one of your wives and her suckling baby and leaving them in the middle of a hot desert. Because God told you to. But Abraham was one of the most loyal to God. As he did that, she was searching. Pull out right there to the right. Gonna go down, 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 right. Okay?
That one?
Yes. This is the
1
largest.
million Muslims.
This is the largest, most powerful vortex in the world.
That is fucking bananas.
Okay? Everyone's dressed in white because in the sight of God, it doesn't matter what race you are, what color you are, how much money you have. When we all go back to him, we go with nothing, Danny Jones. The founder of OnlyFans couldn't bring $1 with him, could he, Danny?
Yeah.
This is a place that took a man like Malcolm X who hated anybody that wasn't white. He was racist against white people. And you can't blame him for living in that type of America, right? Where blacks would be
the crazy
oppressed.
thing to me is that, you know, it's the, say what you want about it. It's a fact that it's the second biggest religion in the world. There's like 2 billion
We're almost
Muslims in the
number
world.
one, brother.
And
the prophecies are true.
And you think it's true that Islam will be the majority religion by 2075?
Yes, it will. Christians are not having kids, bro. I have always said this. I wish America would be a Christian nation. I pray that America becomes a Christian nation. I pray they go back to morality and what the Bible teaches them, to have children, to be married, to not have sex out of wedlock, to not allow abomination. So when you have people like Charlie Kirk, may God have mercy on his soul, who was saying Islam is not compatible with the West. Well, what's the definition of the West? Is it to be 60% of our children born out of wedlock? Look at how society's going. Is that what we're trying to accept? Is it for our daughters to sell their pussies on OnlyFans? Is it to be a place of immorality completely? Is that the kind of world you want your kids to grow up in?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Is it a place where 90% of violent criminals don't know who their father is? We make music about it, they're laughing. Who's your daddy? You have Cardi B going, fuck him in, I get some money. This is what we want our children. So I don't know if that's the West that Charlie Kirk is talking about. Point. I can say that, yeah, Islam's not compatible with the West, but we're compatible with Christianity. We're definitely compatible with Christianity. I pray this nation, and it's begun to. And that's the only thing that gives me hope, that Americans are returning back to the church. They're returning back to their Christian roots. But to say it was founded as a Christian nation, well, what version of Christianity? The first pilgrims that came here on the Mayflower were a sect of Protestantism that was being persecuted by other Protestants. So who was the founding member? And was it Christian-like to wipe out the natives completely? I mean, my question is, like, what are we talking about here? Are we going to be true to facts? Or are we only going to try to put shade on Islam and make it look in a way that's really not true to fact? So Europeans were massacring each other for centuries. Pull it up. Catholic and Protestant. How many people died in the 30-year war, in this war, in that war, all over Europe, starving to death, killing each other? Because one said, no, he's the son of God. No, someone said, no, he is God. Wiping each other out. Why am I saying this? It's not to ridicule the Christian. The point is, Christians didn't even get it ever. They've been fighting each other since inception. The Council of Nicaea happened because they were about to have a civil war within Christianity between Orthodox and Catholicism, okay? Because they couldn't agree. They wiped out the Ebionites, who were Christians that didn't even believe Jesus was God. They believed, like we do, that he was a prophet. So how many died just in the 30-year war? Forget the entire history of Europe, because that's been going on forever. Now it doesn't happen anymore. Do you know why they don't have these problems anymore? Because none of them give a shit anymore about their faith. They're more worried about how to go into a brothel in Germany. Paradise Sauna, $75 to get in. You get a nice buffet. I've never been there, but I heard stories. 75 euros. You get buffet. They have slot machines. You get drinks. You can smoke hookah, and then you pick any girl you want, which, by the way, if you go to brothels, if you go to massage parlors, okay, strippers, for the most part, they're just fucking stupid, and they sell their souls. But if you go to massage parlors for happy endings, and you go to brothels, just know that 80 to 90% of those women are trafficked. Just know that you are raping those women, bro. 100%. Just because it's legal in Germany doesn't mean that the girls are not forced. They get kidnapped from all over the world, okay?
That's true.
And they're sold. So you're going in there as a man thinking you're going to have fun, but you're doing it at the expense of another woman's body, soul, mind, health, everything, bro. I really pray that those of you that are watching this, you will never step foot into a massage parlor that does happy endings, because that woman is an indentured servant. She has to do X amount of those things before they let her leave, if they ever even let her leave. I don't let men off the hook for these crimes, because if there wasn't anybody paying for these things wouldn't be happening to these women.